Jimmy G Butler, and the G stands for getting traded. What's going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video, talking some NBA, talking Jimmy Butler, whose name has once again surfaced in trade rumors and trade talks, and here we go again. So this rumor and this latest trade rumor comes from Rick Bucher of Bleach Report, who says that the Bulls have begun inquiring and begun shopping Jimmy Butler around. Okay, first and foremost, before I even get into the story here, let's talk a little about Rick Bucher, okay? Rick Bucher, who's been covering the NBA for a long time here, and I have followed Bucher for a while. The worst thing I feel like Bucher is in reporting trades. Now, I could be completely wrong here, and the Bulls could move Butler, but I doubt it. So I think Rick Bucher, when he says that the Bulls are looking to move Butler, I'm not doubting that he does not have sources. All I am saying is I want to see more reporters than just Rick Bucher, who that is all I've heard as of now report the trade. So if there are more guys that come out and say, you know what, I've heard from my source, like if Woj says it, you know it's real. When Adrian Wojnarowski says it, that Bulls are looking to shop Butler, then yes, I believe it. And that is why I said when the Bulls were looking to trade Butler around the trade deadline, that was very valid because Adrian Wojnarowski and a bunch of other guys were reporting it as well. If you remember when they were in trade talks with the Timberwolves for the number 5 pick, for Zach LaVine and or Andrew Wiggins or some package like that. So with that being said, not a big fan of Bucher being the only one reporting this story, but with that being said, let's get to the trade rumor itself. So is Jimmy Butler getting shopped? Well, yes and no. Okay, here's what I believe is happening. I don't think the Bulls management is reaching out to teams and say, hey, we're looking to shop Jimmy. What do you have for us? No, it's more like teams that were interested in Jimmy Butler since the NBA draft maybe have been giving the Bulls a couple phone calls and saying, hey, you know, we've got this sort of package that we might want to throw at you, and all the Bulls are doing is listening to these offers. Now, here's my theory and why I feel like these reports are coming out. The Bulls management, Gar Forman, John Paxson, are trying to save their you-know-what because the Bulls are under hot water right now. If they do not make the playoffs, Fred Hoiberg, Gar Forman, and John Paxson, all three could lose their jobs and probably should lose their jobs because the Bulls have underachieved once again this year. And I know the season has, you know, we're only halfway through it, a little less than halfway through it, but the Bulls have underachieved. And Jimmy Butler is the Bulls' best trade chip, and all these guys probably are doing is seeing what they can do with Jimmy Butler because Dwayne Wade is over the hill. Rajon Rondo looks like he's going to be off the team anytime soon. And then all of the young pieces in McDermott, Denzel Valentine, Nikola Mirotic, they really haven't developed. Bobby Portis, to name a few, and there's really no serious trade value with them. So Gar and Pax, I feel like, are just using Jimmy as that last trade chip that they have, that real trade value that they have, to see if they can do anything to save their jobs because they might lose their jobs, and they probably should, like I mentioned, if the Bulls miss the playoffs this season. So you add in the teams that were interested in Jimmy since the NBA draft. You add in ownership putting pressure on front office to make the playoffs and all this pressure, and you're going to get these sort of trade rumors. Now, do I think ultimately Jimmy Butler will be traded and move? No, I don't think so. And here's why. Jimmy Butler getting traded would go against everything that the Bulls management has told us so far. So when they said they would get younger and athletic, they traded away Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah. And then they added Dwayne Wade. So now you're going to get rid of Jimmy Butler but keep Dwayne Wade. So I don't see how that would work because if Jimmy Butler leaves, Dwayne Wade won't be happy, and that means he's going to leave. And in which case, are you just straight rebuilding? Because if you're going to do that, might as well wait till the end of the season. Jimmy Butler is still under contract for a couple more years, so I don't see the Bulls moving Jimmy Butler here. It's just a desperation move that they hope some team will throw a ridiculous offer their way for Jimmy Butler, and they can probably save their jobs, which probably won't happen. And that's really what this is a whole culmination of. So with that being said, I'm not buying it. I don't think Jimmy Butler is going to get traded. I think he's going to stay put, and I think he's going to stay a Bull. So let me know what you guys think about these Jimmy Butler trade rumors. If you guys think he should be traded, if he shouldn't, and if so, why? Leave a comment down below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.